Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Thank you all for joining our little corner of YouTube. On the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 7. Who can check me, boo? Oh my goodness. Here's my first thing with this episode. If you're going to give such an iconic title, I think the episode should be worthy of it.
Right, for sure. I expected big things from this episode, and it just never came.
When I saw the title, I was like, oh my God, is Sheree going to pop off? That was the first thing that went through my head. But when I saw who actually did and what it was over, I was kind of like, okay. Here's a quick summary of my takeaways from this episode. The stupid argument continues at the Jamaican dinner. Marlo goes to the Atlanta Women's Expo. Drew stay picking the wrong side every time with Marlo and Sheree. Sheree's life coach is Jack Daniels. That was the funniest thing for me. Kandi declutters, but Marlo says she don't want them rags. Kenya and Sheree clear the air over breakfast, and I want to discuss the waffles or whatever they were called.
Yes.
That was the highlight of the episode for me.
It really was, though. That looked good. And Sonya's gold medal. They was kind of running neck and neck for me.
Okay. Yeah, because I still haven't seen one in person, but this is probably the closest I'm ever going to get. Yeah. We saw a little snippet of Kandi acting at her real job. Let's see. There's a group gathering that Kandi missed, but good thing because it all goes to hell. And then we see the last scene in the episodes with Marlo and her nephews trying to help her sister. And I do wish that we could see more of this with Marlo and the Women's Expo and her business, and just really develop who she is as a character as opposed to her and her mess. And actually, yeah, you go ahead, because I'm gonna look for something that I caught in earlier, and I thought it was quite funny.
There was nothing really there, to be honest. There was really like zero, because it's the same arguments, like Kandi's not a good friend, Drew's not a good friend. Drew stayed trying to be in the mess, and it's just not working for her. There's nothing to Drew, and that's the problem. Even though I my like for her is slowly going down, I'll be honest, because I've been trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, trying, but she keeps doing these kind of things. Like, why aren't you? And my thing is this. Hold up, let me back up. Why are you trying to divert us from your marriage? I'm just saying. Think about it. She's not showing none of Ralph. She showed a little bit of him in the beginning, but we ain't seen him since. Like, why? I think she's really staying in this mess and causing these shenanigans, so we don't talk about Ralph. I really, really feel that she should have just gone ahead, gave us the truth, shown us what's really going on with her and Ralph, and let us see their journey to see if, like, are y'all really gonna make this through? Because right now, I'm just not seeing it with them. I don't see it for them, because she's not understanding what he's doing, and her friends are trying to tell her, like, hey, he's talking to you this kind of way, he's not speaking to you correctly, yeah, and she's like acting like, oh my God, I didn't know. What?
Jamal,
yeah.
Don't feel nothing for her. Don't feel nothing for her. Here's why. I lost everything with Drew. Everything. In that Jamaican dinner, what she was saying to Sonya, how she amped Sonya up, and what she was saying to Sonya and telling her, why are you screaming? Stop doing that. She was Ralph. She turned into Ralph.
I can see that.
They do this to each other. And now she's spreading that toxic mess to everybody else. I can't with her. When she was having that argument with Sonya, I was like, look at Ralph. Look at Ralph. Well, we've been getting down on him for. She's doing the same thing. I can't be party to that.
But wasn't Kenya the one who said they do it to each other?
Yes, but here's my thing, though. You can't come on this show and say, he's making me crazy. And then you turn around and do it to somebody else.
Right. No, I got you. I just don't have all my
Lost
sympathy for
it.
her is pretty much gone at this point because
Mm-hmm.
she's just it's just it's not pleasurable to watch her. And then Marlo, the scene with Marlo and her sisters,
Wait,
I did
before you
like that.
talk about the sister,
But
I wanted to see if you caught this. When they started arguing and you realized, Marlo realized that it wasn't about her. Look at Marlo looking at herself on her cell phone.
right? Oh my god.
This is why I picked this as our thumbnail. Marlo is not interested in anything unless it's about her.
Yeah.
Ain't this a shame? Ain't this a shame? Oh my God, Marlo. Come on now.
And this
Oh,
was
go
so
ahead.
bad. There was really nothing to this episode. And this is what I was afraid was going to
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at the cast, and here's the
Mm-hmm.
problem with this cast.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with this cast is that you need to remove two people and replace two people for this to work. And I'm sorry,
Who? Who?
you have to. Okay, not two people. You have to. What I mean by two people, I mean it's just that you need to get rid of one and add two. You've got to get rid of Drew.
Yeah.
You've got to get rid of Drew. When I look to Sheree, Candy, Kenya, and Marlo, I'm like, oh, this is a good core four. They've been
Mm-hmm.
friends for like a decade plus. They know each other. They're actual friends. They hang out together, and then you bring in Sonya as the newbie as a friend of Candy. I'm like, okay, you know Candy, y'all hang out. That's good. That's a good intro. But then you need to bring in two more. But when they brought in Sonya as the friend of Drew, and to see how their friendship is
Uh-huh.
playing out, you could see there was no friendship there. They
Exactly.
you could to me, this is my opinion. They had Drew introduce Sonya to give Drew a chance. They're like we're gonna let you introduce somebody to try and make you interesting.
But that's not fair
Correct.
because it's not fair to us because we can see through it that y'all aren't friends.
Yeah.
Y'all are not friends. Like, okay.
But hold on. Back up. When Sonya said, I'm trying to build a friendship with you, I'm like, oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Boom. Why are you trying to build a friendship with someone that you are supposed to be friends with who introduced you to the show? Next. Thank you, next.
But I'm glad that Sonya put that out there. Sonya was correct when she said, I am real. I am just being Sonya. This isn't a role for me. She's not a professional actress, Drew,
Mm-hmm.
on a decent day.
And then remember who said it? Who said it? Oh, so when Sonya said, like, I felt more connected to Candy
Mm-hmm.
and Kenya, that's a lie because you Candy's friend. Y'all hang out, which means you probably hung out with Kenya too. Sorry.
But
To
that's
bait,
not a lie. She says she feels more connected to them
right. But
because
she's
they
trying to,
actually interacted.
right, because she's trying to, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, like, on the New York trip, I just connected to them. Mm-mm. I'm
Mm.
sorry. You're not going to bring people I'm sorry. You're not going to bring people you just met onto your professional business shoot. You're just not going to do that. You're
Unless, of
not.
course, they have a good business reputation preceding them.
Maybe, but I just don't see Sonya doing that.
I do know that for not Kenya, Candy and Todd invited Sonya and Ross to Disney, one of the Disneys,
Mm-hmm.
for Candy and Todd's anniversary. So they brought their families and the kids and
Right.
all of that, and because Sonya put it on her social media. Such a great couple. Happy anniversary. I can't believe you
Right.
actually invited me and my family on your anniversary trip. Thank you so much. They seem to have a good connection, but Candy
Right.
networks like that. It's natural, it's ingrained in her to
Mm-hmm.
do that because that's just like, I guess, her industry or whatever. But I could see her inviting Candy. I ain't gonna lie, just for business purposes. Because like last week when I told you, I understood the uninvitation to Drew for the
Mm-hmm.
mommy photo shoot.
Momination,
Because
yeah.
yeah, if people are throwing around Ponzi scheme in reference to some business that you're connected to, trust and know if I'm trying to get my business off the ground, I'm not going to want to be associating with you.
No.
You
Mm-mm.
know? Hey,
Not at all.
Pearl. Hey, Vale. Hey, Nise.
But yeah, this is just awful. The storyline just is cracking. In the one hand it's funny, in the other hand it's just so disappointing. But Drew, you gotta go. And her when she said that Sanya was clout chasing, like, you might want to stop that real quick. Your
That was a
friend would not say that.
reach.
Your friend wouldn't say that.
Exactly. Like, y'all wouldn't be arguing like this if y'all had a friendship.
Right. And I was sitting there like, Drew, I don't think so. And then when Drew went back and told her family, and her sister said, where's this coming from? What's up with Drew? She's like, it's not like she was even Melanie on the game. I'm like, oof,
Oh, and
oof.
when the mother said, what is the game? Mother
Right.
didn't had no clue.
Mom had no clue what the game was. I was like, ooh.
Oh, I love Joyce and Sonia's mom. I gotta try to remember her name. But the two of them at the top of the table and pinch hitting for their daughters. I loved
Right.
it. I think it was Kenya who said the mom's gonna get along. Look how they stepping in for their daughters. Well, that's what
Yeah.
happens. Kenya, you do that. You're a mom now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny gonna be the same way, if not worse.
Mm-hmm. She'll see.
Oh,
She'll
for
see.
sure. And
What'd you think of the life coach? I thought that was an interesting scene, even though it was nothing. I couldn't get past his name.
right.
And even he thinks that Sheree, stop stretching this out. You know that man don't want you.
Right. Well, he said like, you can't date no more men in jail. I hollered. I'm like, someone need to say
Oh,
it.
yep, yep. And then she said some nonsense about focusing on She by Sheree. Where?
Right.
When? How? Huh? Okay.
She gonna focus. She gonna put all her energy into She by Sheree.
Why doesn't
But
she just stop arguing with Candy and get with Candy and try to figure out how to get She by Sheree off the ground?
it was refreshing for her to say like, She by Sheree is a disaster. It's a mess. I'm like, at least go on and say it. Go. And the fact that she said, she started and stopped it so many times, like, oof.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, the daughters step up for their moms. Candy buys her mom a house, and Sanya moves her mom in with her.
Yeah.
Well, look, Candy's mom was Escape's like travel road stage mom. Like
Mm-hmm.
she took responsibility for all of those girls when they were minors. She drove them everywhere. She was their road manager. She was
Yep.
everything for them. So if Candy gets successful because her mom sacrificed to get them to where they got to, and she wants to pay her mom back for that,
Yep.
I see nothing wrong with it.
Me
Not a
neither.
thing. Because
Mm-mm.
that woman worked really hard. She lost her other child, her son. Remember, he died. And then all she had left was Candy. And then she took on these other three girls too.
I
Yeah.
totally get it.
And Sanya's mom, that's her manager. Like her mom and her dad have actual roles in her career.
Yeah, you could tell they're very invested in her.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because she needs to highlight more that she actually does still have a career. Like she's no longer running track. She is a
Right.
commentator on
Right.
track. She works with one of the top track commentators,
Mhm.
Atto Bolden. So um I think there's just a little bit more than what we're seeing, and which they need to focus on and stop with the stupidness with Drew, who ain't gonna be there next year. That's why they're close to the moms. Yeah, yeah. I think they recognize what their parents have sacrificed for them, and because take note with Candy, I don't think Candy's that generous with her dad because her dad wasn't there,
Right.
but her
Oh,
mom
for sure.
was.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Sonya's gonna take her family wherever she goes. Not like that.
I think that that's just ingrained in them. Like
Right.
it was like the parents and the two girls, and they went wherever. Like
Mhm.
my mom was like that with me. I went everywhere with my mom.
Pretty much same.
Um, oh, okay. So, what else? Oh, let's get to the breakfast thing with
The highlight,
Sheree. Yes. What was that? That was like an
a
egg on a
omelet.
waffle, a
Yes.
omelet
What did you? Okay, so they make the. You know how you make the omelet, right?
on the omelet.
But
No,
you cook
wait.
it. But you could you make you do have you do the omelet fixings, right? But then with
Uh-huh.
the way you cook it in a waffle iron,
Shut up.
and it looked good. I
I want
wanted
to
one.
try one of those. Like we started off the top of the show with the leftover Jamaican food, which I was just like, oh, that still looks good. And then we got to that. I think it was just so unusual that I was like, I'm very interested. I need to get one of those.
I had never heard of it before. That's why I was
Me
interested.
neither. Me neither, you know. Let's see.
To
What
me,
did you think? The other highlight for me, your big highlight was the Womlet and the gold medal, and mine
yeah,
was the Womlet and Marlo and her sister.
yeah.
Mental health is a serious thing,
Mhm.
and her sister is incarcerated and is not in the right state of mind to make the best decision for herself
Right.
or her children. Like, wow. I
Like
wish she could show her sister cussing her out though.
she's turned down the care that she needs. That tells you she's not in the right headspace.
Yeah, I wonder if she's getting like medication to help her
Right.
level out so that she can receive information that's best for her.
I think they're trying to do that for her, but they want her inpatient to really give her the help she needs.
So you can't get medication in jail?
I mean, I think they probably can, but the type of inpatient they want her to do inpatient. They want. I think it's a combination of medication and therapy, but they
Mhm.
don't. They want her to do it in house so she's monitored. I think that's the crux of the issue. That's what I'm getting from the conversation.
Right, right. But she can't make that decision unless she gets some sort of medication to help even out her emotional being because you can't be picking up a chair and throwing it at the video monitor that you
Right.
like
It's not gonna help you.
how like it just seems to me like if they don't have her on the right meds,
Right.
like she'll keep making infractions that'll keep her in jail longer and longer and she'll never be able to make a rational decision that'll help get her out of jail and into the help that
Right.
she needs.
I wonder. And it's good that you say that. 'Cause, like now, I'm wondering, can they even give her anything without being prescribed by a doctor? You know what I mean?
That's
Like
what
they
they
can't
call
give her.
doctors at jail.
No, I mean, but based on what I know, only a psychologist, psychiatrist can prescribe psychiatric drugs. So I think that I don't think I don't think in jail they consider you a patient because you have to consent to therapy. I'm gonna look into it more. I want to know what the actual legalities are of that because you
But
can't.
that's not fair. She'll never get help.
That's the thing. I think
That's
that's what
not
they're.
fair. Can
But you can't force someone to take psychiatric drugs, and that's the problem.
but can somebody be her like a medical power of attorney for her?
She will have to be basically declared incompetent, and I don't think she's been declared incompetent.
It just broke my heart to see that.
Yeah, because they want to do what's best for her, but they don't have. It seems like they want to do what's best for her, but no one has the legal control to do it. And I have a feeling having her declared incompetent would be the last resort. And I don't think Marlo will be the person who will want to do that. I'm just guessing.
I know it was a somber segment, but I am truly interested in that. And I would love to see Marlo really like advocate for her sister
Right.
instead of buying like, name brand clothes and taking, foster care children out to 5-star restaurants. I get it. I understand that. That's great. But this could be a real like passion for you, helping people like your sister,
Exactly.
get the help they need. Like there's so much potential with Marlo, but yet we still see these scenes with her looking at herself on a cell phone
Hmm.
instead of paying attention to the argument at hand.
Right.
Um, but yeah, what else happened here? Oh,
Nothing.
Candy went to her acting. What was that? That was the Shy? No, that
No,
wasn't the
something else.
Shy. Well, she seems to be getting a lot of parts. Interesting. And that was it.
That was it.
Oh, and I did like Marlo at the Atlanta Women's Expo.
Oh, she was really good there.
I like that. I think that was the same expo that Nene and Kim Zolciak were at
Right.
pre-lawsuit.
Yeah. Very pre lawsuit.
Hi, Diamond Girl. Welcome, welcome. Oh my God. So that was the episode, y'all. That was it. We stretched it.
Pretty much. We got y'all to 20 minutes.
I know, with the help of the
The
Womlet.
Womlet.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. So, Jamal, do you want me to change the shows to the top of the hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to make a slight adjustment to the schedule. We'll be back at the top of the hour to talk about Beverly Hills. So bring all your notes and be ready. That episode was okay.
Didn't care.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
mean, I kind of like, it's interesting. It's very interesting because based on this one episode and based on what you said last week about Beverly Hills, about two characters, I kind of had, not a change of heart, but I've had a role reversal of sorts.
Oh my God. You have to remind me what I said. Anywho. All right. So any final thoughts on Atlanta?
Nope. Honestly, so far, it's been okay. It's been from trash to okay. I'll put it that way.
Okay. It's still keeping your interest.
Barely.
Shut up.
Barely. Because I don't care. Because I'll be honest, cause I don't care about Drew at this point. I just don't. Like,
But you can't let Drew infect everyone else.
I like everyone
I'm
else.
segmenting her.
Yeah. Like, well, if they, like I said, if they took her, if they could just leave her off of most of the episodes, I'll be fine.
Oof. But we have Moneta, I think is her name.
Yeah.
She's coming, and we have the trip to Jamaica.
Right.
So that should be fun.
That should be fun.
Yeah, as long as we get over, like, I really try to partition out Drew, or else it would tarnish the whole ensemble
but
for me.
I think the problem is Drew's been the focal point of most of these episodes for no reason.
I'm just with the arguing. Engage. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to learn to do that.
Yeah, I kind of start playing games on my phone when she comes on.
I got you.
It helps. All right, so meet us back here at the top of the hour, Beverly Hills. That's up next. All right, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.